Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to? Maybe getting out of a chair seems like a bigger challenge than it once was. Or, perhaps, you're starting to notice that your balance isn't quite what it used to be, and you find yourself worrying more about falling. It's totally natural. As we get older, our bodies change, and we might not feel as strong or as stable as we did when we were younger. But here's the thing, you don't have to just accept it. There are simple, practical things you can do right now to feel stronger, improve your balance, and, most importantly, reduce the risk of falls. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 simple exercises you can do at home to stay strong, keep your balance, and prevent those falls that can sometimes make us feel like we're losing control. These exercises don't require any fancy equipment, and you don't need to spend hours doing them. Just a few minutes each day can make a world of difference. So, if you're ready to feel stronger and more confident in your own body again, let's dive right in. Let's start with something that many people overlook: leg strength. As we age, the muscles in our legs can weaken, and that's one of the main reasons we might start feeling wobbly or unstable. When our leg muscles aren't strong enough, it's much easier to trip, stumble, and yes, fall. But the good news is, there are simple exercises that can strengthen your legs and give you better stability. The first exercise is a simple sit-to-stand. This one might sound easy, but it's incredibly effective at building leg strength. All you need is a sturdy chair with no arms, something you can sit down in comfortably. Here's how to do it. Sit in the chair with your feet flat on the floor and about shoulder width apart. Make sure your knees are in line with your toes and not pointing inward or outward. Now, slowly stand up, using your legs, not your arms. The goal here is to focus on using your thigh muscles to push yourself up, rather than relying on your arms to push off the seat. Once you're standing, pause for a moment, then slowly sit back down, making sure you don't just flop into the chair but control the movement as you lower yourself. Do this 10 times in a row, rest, and then repeat for another set. It may sound simple, but doing this regularly will really help strengthen the muscles in your thighs and hips, which are critical for balance and preventing falls. Now, I know that standing up from a chair can feel like a small victory, but it's such an important one. It's a movement you do all the time, and it's directly connected to the strength and stability you need when you're walking, getting up from a car, or even just bending down to pick something up. Plus, if you feel like the exercise is too hard, you can always start by using your hands for a little support until you get stronger. There's no rush, the key is consistency. The second exercise is a simple heel-to-toe walk. This is a fantastic way to work on your balance and stability, and you can do it in any room of your house, or even outside if you prefer some fresh air. Here's how it works. Start by standing tall, with your feet about shoulder width apart. Take one step forward, and as you do, place your heel directly in front of your toes, heel to toe, just like you're walking on a tightrope. Focus on keeping your body straight and steady. As you step forward, try to keep your eyes forward, not down at your feet, because that's what helps train your balance. Take 10 to 15 steps forward, then turn around and walk back. This exercise challenges your balance by forcing you to stabilize yourself with every step. It might feel a little tricky at first, and that's completely normal. Over time, as you do this exercise more and more, you'll notice your balance improving. It's one of the best ways to prevent falls because it mimics the type of movement you use when walking in everyday situations, but with a greater focus on balance. These 2 exercises, sit-to-stand and heel-to-toe walk, might seem like small steps, but they're big moves toward keeping you stable and strong. The beauty of these exercises is they don't require a gym or special equipment, and they can easily be done at home, even if you're sitting down or just passing through the house. Plus, they're not just about avoiding falls, they're about making you feel more confident when you're moving around, whether it's at the store, in your garden, or even just around the house. Now that we've covered these 2 exercises, we're going to build on that strength and stability with something else that's just as important: core strength. A strong core helps you maintain good posture, control your balance, and keep your body steady. So, let's look at a simple core exercise you can do sitting in a chair, which is great if you're just starting out or have limited mobility. We'll talk more about that next time, but for now, Give these 2 exercises a try and notice how they feel over the next week or so. I'll leave you with a quick reminder: it's not about doing a million different exercises or pushing yourself too hard. It's about starting small, being consistent, and gradually building up your strength and confidence. Keep it up, and I'll see you in the next part when we talk about the core exercises that can make a huge difference in your balance. Keep moving, keep going strong, and remember, you've got this. So, we've started by building up strength in the legs and practicing that heel-to-toe walk to improve balance. If you've given those a try already, even just a few reps, you might have noticed something. Even the simplest movements can wake up muscles you haven't used in a while. And that's a great sign. Your body is responding, even if it's just a little sore the next day. That means you're moving in the right direction. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked, but absolutely essential: your core. Most people think of core strength as just about your stomach muscles, but it's so much more than that. Your core includes the muscles in your abdomen, back, and even your hips. And a strong core acts like a solid foundation. It helps you keep your posture upright, protects your spine, and keeps you balanced when you move, especially when you twist, turn, or reach for something. Here's the best part: you don't need to do sit-ups or get down on the floor to strengthen your core. There's a simple, gentle exercise you can do right from a chair, and it really works. Try this: sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your back straight. Rest your hands on your thighs or let them hang by your sides. Now, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, gently pull your belly button in toward your spine. You're not sucking in like you would for a photo. This is more about tightening those deep muscles like you're bracing your middle, gently and with control. Hold that for 5 seconds, then relax. Try doing that 5 to 10 times in a row, just focusing on controlled breathing and gentle engagement of your core. You can do this while watching TV, reading, or even chatting with a friend. It's a small movement, but when done regularly, it helps support your lower back and improves your posture, which directly impacts how steady you feel when you're on your feet. Over time, that steady feeling helps you walk with more confidence, and confidence is key to avoiding falls. You're less likely to hesitate or second-guess your steps, and that makes all the difference. And speaking of confidence and posture, have you ever caught yourself leaning too far forward when walking? Or maybe you've noticed your shoulders rounding a bit more than they used to. That's where our next movement comes in. It's all about strengthening your upper back and improving your posture. Because good posture isn't just about looking taller, it's about keeping your body aligned so that your balance is better, your movements are more stable, and you're less likely to fall or get injured. For this, we're going to do a seated shoulder blade squeeze. Sit up straight in a chair with your arms relaxed at your sides. Now imagine you're trying to gently pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. Slowly pull your shoulders back and down, not up by your ears, just down and back like you're tucking them into your back pockets. Hold for a few seconds, then release. Do this about 10 times, and take your time with each one. You'll start to feel those muscles in your upper back working, and that's a good thing. These muscles often weaken over time, especially if we spend more hours sitting, reading, or looking down at a screen. Strengthening them helps you stay upright, which improves your balance and reduces your chances of falling forward. And again, no special equipment needed. Just you and a chair. One of the most encouraging things I hear from people who start doing these exercises is how quickly they start noticing little changes. They might say, "Hey, I got up from the couch without pushing off with my hands today," or "I walked across the kitchen without feeling wobbly." Those small wins are powerful. They add up. And they remind us that no matter what age we are, our bodies are still capable of getting stronger. Another great one to add to your daily routine is a side leg raise. This one focuses on your hip muscles, which play a big role in balance and stability. Weak hips can make it hard to catch yourself if you trip or stumble. But stronger hips? They give you control, agility, and confidence in your movement. To do this exercise, stand behind a sturdy chair and hold the back for support. Stand tall, with your feet hip-width apart. Slowly lift one leg out to the side, just a few inches off the floor is fine. Keep your toes facing forward, not upward, and try not to lean to the side. Hold for a second or two, then slowly lower your foot back down. Switch legs, and do 10 repetitions on each side. What's important here is control. It's not about lifting your leg high, it's about moving with intention and activating the right muscles. As you get stronger, you might find that your leg lifts a little higher, or that you don't need to hold onto the chair quite as much. That's the beauty of starting small and building from there. Progress comes with time and patience. And you know what? Doing these movements doesn't just help your physical health, it also does wonders for your mindset. When you move with confidence, when your body feels strong and stable, you walk a little taller. You feel more capable. You're more likely to go out for that walk, meet up with friends, or play with your grandkids without worrying about your balance. That's what this is all about, not just avoiding a fall, but fully living your life without hesitation or fear. So by now, we've covered leg strength, balance, core support, posture, and even those all-important hip muscles. Each one works together to help you stay upright, move confidently, and prevent falls before they ever become a concern. Think of your body like a team. When every part is strong and supported, the whole system works better. You feel more stable on your feet, and everyday movements feel easier. Keep these exercises in your daily routine, even if you just start with a few reps of each. Over time, you'll be amazed at how much stronger and steadier you feel. And remember, it's not about doing it perfectly, it's about showing up for yourself, doing what you can, and knowing that each small effort is a step toward a healthier, more independent you. Let's keep this momentum going, because there's one more simple but powerful movement that ties it all together, and it might just be the one that makes the biggest difference of all. Now that you've been doing these movements, building strength in your legs, waking up those core muscles, improving posture, and even strengthening your hips, you might be surprised at how all of these simple changes are starting to work together. It's like tuning an old radio. At first, it's all static. But little by little, each adjustment brings the signal in clearer. And when it comes to your body, these small movements are tuning you back into strength, balance, and stability. There's one final exercise I want to share with you, and this one is special. It pulls everything together, and it works not just your muscles, but your coordination, your focus, and your body's natural ability to adapt. It's called the single leg stand, and it's exactly what it sounds like, but don't let the simplicity fool you. This is one of the most effective ways to improve your balance, and over time, it teaches your body how to recover from slips and stumbles. Here's how to do it. Stand next to a sturdy surface, like a kitchen counter or the back of a couch, somewhere you can lightly hold on if needed. Start with your feet together, standing tall. Then gently lift one foot off the ground, just a few inches. Don't lock the knee on your standing leg, keep a soft bend. Try to hold that position for 10 seconds. If that's too much at first, that's okay. Start with 5. And yes, you can keep your hand on the counter for support. The goal isn't to force your body to balance, it's to train it to do so. Switch sides and repeat with the other leg. Over time, you'll notice your standing leg getting stronger and your balance getting steadier. You might go from needing full support with your hand to just a finger. Then, maybe, no hands at all. That's progress. That's your body remembering how to move with confidence again. And let's be honest, this kind of balance training is something most of us don't even think about until we really need it. But by the time we realize we're wobbling more than we used to, or reaching for the wall a little too often, the problem's already started. That's why this exercise is such a game changer. It's proactive. It gets ahead of the issue instead of reacting to it. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need a personal trainer. You just need a few minutes a day, a little patience, and a willingness to take care of your body the same way you take care of something precious, because it is precious. Your independence, your ability to move freely, your confidence in everyday life, all of that matters. And while we're here, let's not forget the importance of breathing and staying calm during these exercises. A lot of people hold their breath when they're concentrating, especially during balance movements. But the trick is to keep breathing naturally, slow, steady, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Your breath grounds you. It helps you stay present and relaxed, and that makes a huge difference, especially when you're doing something new or challenging. Now, let's just pause and take a moment together. Picture yourself a few weeks from now. You've been doing these exercises, maybe 5-10 minutes a day. You're moving through your home with a little more ease. Getting out of that chair doesn't feel like such a chore. You catch yourself standing a bit taller, maybe even walking with more pep in your step. You notice you're not clinging to the railing when you take the stairs. That's what these simple movements can do. They reconnect you to your strength. They remind you that aging doesn't mean giving up your independence. It means learning how to care for yourself in a way that supports where you are now. It's not about trying to be 30 again. It's about being the best version of you right now, strong, balanced, and confident. Every small change you make, every movement you commit to, builds on that foundation. And even if you have a day where you feel tired or things don't go quite right, that's okay. Progress isn't a straight line. It's a journey, and every step counts. And if you ever find yourself thinking, well, it's too late for me to start now, please hear this: it is never too late. I've seen people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s start doing simple strength and balance exercises and completely change how they move, how they feel, and how much they enjoy their lives. The body is incredibly adaptive. It responds to care. It responds to movement. And it responds to you showing up for yourself. So if this video gave you something useful, maybe a new exercise to try, or even just a spark of motivation, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experience in the comments. Let others know how it felt to do your first heel-to-toe walk or your first single-leg stand. When we share our stories, we inspire each other. That's how we build a community of strength, one that supports and uplifts, no matter our age. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're always sharing practical, easy tips to help you stay healthy, active, and confident as you age. There's so much more we can explore together, whether it's movement, nutrition, or simple ways to feel better every day. But before we wrap up, let me just say this: you're doing something powerful by taking this time for yourself. You're investing in your own well-being. You're saying, I still matter. My health still matters. And that attitude? That's what keeps us going strong, not just in our bodies, but in our hearts and minds too. So here's to you. To strength, balance, confidence, and to living your best life at any age. Keep moving, stay curious, and most of all, be kind to yourself. You've got this.